show and the Mitchell S. Karnes podcast with our host, Mitchell Karnes. Mitchell, here we go. I wanted to dive right deep into the exciting news again about the streaming for Watergrave. Go deeper into what's happening now, the film schedule, investing, who's going to be some of the cast. I'm really excited to talk about this again because it got such feedback from the last podcast we did.
Okay. Just met last week with the person who's going to be the cinematographer. He's been in New York and done quite a few things. And so he's here now. And so he had a connection with the person who's the director. And I also met the person that's going to be the sound designer, coordinator, however that works. And so we sat down and talked about elements of the movie and tone and mood and atmosphere on certain sections and how he was going to do this. And of course, they went over my head talking about certain kind of equipment, but they're going to be filming it in 5K so that Netflix has that highest standard. And so shooting for the top, and then we're going where we can go with it once it's made, and then they can start pitching it and hopefully get that out there. So the current plan is to do a small release film in the theaters. He said he wanted me to be able to see Watergrave up there in a marquee and be able to go to an opening. So that would be great. And then it's going to be streaming. So it'll be cut into 4 episodes, the pilot, which is the one in the theater, as well as 3 to follow. And hopefully that goes well and we start doing books 2, 3, and 4. He wants to do 2 a year if this goes well and we get enough of the following for it. We don't know where it's going to stream yet, but that's the theory, is pitch for the highest and then go from there, I guess. The main cast, as we talked about last time, Kristen Ownby as Abby and then Phil Vassar as Sam. I'm going to play the character of Susan's father. So he has a very, very short role in the very end of season 1. And then that role grows a little bit as each book goes on. They also have Maeve, it's a women's ministry coordinator, and that is cast. And I wish I could remember the name of the person for it, but she used to be in First Call. It was a singing group in Nashville. And my daughter auditioned for the homicide detective, the administrative assistant. So she's gotten that part. And then they're going to a general casting company, and they've got it narrowed down to 2 right now. One local in Nashville, and the other one's in Atlanta. And so the big thing we're looking for, the two bigger parts throughout the whole series, is the girl named Skylar and Susan, who is the widow of the pastor in Watergrave. So he's the one that dies in the beginning. And so just casting that, we got a location in Nashville in the church that I pastor at one time. And that's where I put the setting, describing that church and the location, the little creek behind it. So a lot of the filming hopefully will be done there. We got to get the specific dates and talk with the church on that, but that looks to be a good opportunity. And it's moving. We pushed it back to July because of some financial restrictions from Tennessee's revenue department, and also just time to cast the characters.
I think this is fascinating in so many ways because where you've gone from last year, we're just talking about the book release, right? Because when
Watergrave came out in January.
A year later, we're talking street movies. We're talking other opportunities and partnerships working together, Mitchell, and you launching some new podcasts in 2026. Go figure how things change so quickly.
And what were you saying about the YouTube? How many people had seen it?
Oh yeah. You're getting about 16,000 views this month on YouTube. So you're growing.
That's crazy.
And it's starting from scratch to growing. And that's the big thing. What we try to do at Media Giant Productions is we grow your brand. Yes, everyone can run ads. Yes, everyone can do SEO, but we do brand building so that you, to your audience, know that you're bigger than ever. But you are bigger than ever, Mitchell, with what's happening and the next phases. And I think the feedback of the book is why you feel the streaming series is going to do so well. Kind of dive deeper into that.
Yeah, it's been great. And one of the things my publisher said is everyone who has had access to the book is giving a great response to it, loves it. And so that's the obstacle we have, is getting it out there to more people so that they can have that experience. People are passing on their books, which I guess is bad for sales, but that's building an audience. They liked it so much that they gave someone else their copy of Watergrave. So hopefully that builds the base of my audience and they continue to invest in the series. And I'm getting just a lot of people that are identifying with either Susan or Abby and her struggles.
Wow. I mean, and where are we going next? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
And that only God knows this stuff, right? We just got
And I
to.
just did a podcast where he wanted to dive into all the psychological and trauma issues. And so we spent probably 40 minutes just discussing how you overcome the trauma that Abby's gone through.
And that's the other big thing is all the podcasts that Mitchell's going to be on. And the best place people go is mitchellskarnesauthor.com. You can go ahead and purchase his books there. Soon signed autographed copies. You never thought you'd say that, right? You can get autographed copies. I think we should do a special for the Christmas season, and we'll talk about this, Mitchell, of all the books together signed. We'll figure all that out. That'll be a pretty cool thing. And you never know, signed autographed pictures too. Who knows where we're going, Mitchell? Just keep rolling.
This is what you dream about as a little kid.
No, I mean, I dream about seeing these dreams come true. So the best place is mitchellskarnesauthor.com. Appreciate it, Mitchell, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right. That was a special simulcast in the Haley Show in the Mitchell S. Karnes Podcast.